So I'm going to be responding to Asia's question, and she said, "What obstacles do modern marriages face now, similar to the ones that were faced in the 1960s and 1970s?" So I mean, the book does take place, during these years of 1973, 1970s. Um, Now, I'm going to start by explaining um, back then. First of all, a white woman, a, a white male couldn't be seen, or like it was unacceptable for a white person to be with a black one. Um, I mean, that was normal back then. As of to now, it's something that really is amazing because not many people, not many people think about it, but you know how much we've gone through, our ancestors went through. Do you know how much they went through so it could be acceptable now? And that truly makes me happy because um, I love seeing, you know, um, I love seeing couples happy, and I'm glad that now it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really depend on the color of your skin. I mean, today we do see people still discriminating. Like, for example, one of my best friends, she is Mexican, and she did date an African American male, and I really truly I love them both. They're both my friends, but sometimes, when it was just our friends, our friend group, like our just the girls, there was this one time where we had to cut this person off. She would always be asking why, like, don't you care what people think? And I'm like, girl, like, I mean, that's her opinion, but it's wrong. You're not supposed to be saying that about a person because of the freaking color of their skin. That is so racist. Even myself, I felt extremely offended, and imagine how many of us feel. I mean, how many of you guys feel. We're human. We have feelings. We have rights. Um, you know, she was just really questioning, saying all these questions, and I'm like, it is so sad to see like how much how much it's changed, because back then you couldn't even sit on the same bus. You couldn't go inside of the same church. You couldn't go to the same school, drink out of the freaking same water fountain. And now I see us more united. I see us more, you know, interracial couples, and that makes me super happy. I mean, I do remember in class we actually had a discussion, and I do remember Professor Hamilton. She was like, "Do we really think that? Now we really don't think about it and stop to think. Back then, that was unacceptable. Today, we can see a black marriage. Okay, now I was talking about the couples, like whites and African Americans, but even back then, women, you know, um, women couldn't even vote. But I mean, that's not in the discussion question. But think about that too. They couldn't even get married. Are you serious? Like, you know how much we've progressed. Now going to how Asia was talking about the LGBT community. Back then, it was. I mean, if they couldn't even, stand for some reason, I don't know, whatever the reason is, they couldn't see black marriage, blacks and whites together. Um, do you think they could see same sex couples, same sex marriage? And now it's crazy because I was actually reading an article the other day, and it was talking about same-sex couples back then in the day, and a lot of people were saying, you know, with they have parents with this type of mindset where it was like the child or the person comes out and they're like, do you even think that there was couples that there was people like you back then? And I'm like, yes, there was. I mean, a thing is that they had to hide it very well, you know. As to now, we see more people coming out. We see more of this, you know. It's we see it more. The more people see it normal. I see it normal myself. So, I mean, I'm glad that these people are coming out, and I really hate the fact that people think that this wasn't something happening in the 1960s, 1970s, the early 19th and 20th century. I mean, you know, obviously they had to hide it because, I mean, back then there was, even now there is killings, there is bullying, there is all this, but I don't know if you've noticed, but over the course of the years, more people are acceptable, more people are, you know, more people are accepting this and all that. So I think that's how, I mean, we still face similar obstacles, but I feel like I don't really want to like talk, but I'm going to state my own opinion. I do feel like now there is much less of those obstacles that we were having to, that not me, but my ancestors, people, African American, white people, what they were facing. It's like, I feel like now it's going less and less and less, and we're opening more about it. So that is my response to each's question. By the way, I did watch your video, and I really like the way you explained yourself and your thoughts about it. I mean, yes, we still do face the similar obstacles, but we are slowly progressing.